I grabbed a rock and threw it at his leg, breaking it instantly. Numerous Snicker bars fell out of his bag. A citizen then shouted, "By God, it's the infamous Snicker Snatcher!" Cops then flooded the scene. "We've been after this guy for 2 years. Thanks for the help, sir." I stood there, contemplating suicide. Then I decided it was time to act. "No problem, you worthless pig fucker." I said to the cop, "Oh, son, it's Fig Pucker. No worries. Honest mistake." The cops then took the child away. Are you gonna be okay?
The Wright Brothers. Hello, everyone.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Tommy D and Sammy Sock.
Do you not remember?
S.A. Sam.
Oh
There
my
it is.
gosh.
Sorry. It's a little later than we usually
Yeah,
record.
it's a little later, isn't it?
Yeah. But no, don't worry. We're still at Hundo Pacento.
Oh yeah.
Ready to-
1000%.
Ready. Well, I guess we're not doing any physical writing.
Yes. So today, tell the listeners what we're doing today.
The highly awaited reading of a sequel to the literary classic, Me and My Worm. My Worm and Me Too.
Is that the formal title?
Yes.
Nice. I love that.
Which, well, here's the thing about My Worm and Me Too. It's the short... Wait, is that... Yeah, this is the second one. It's the shortest one and the most incomprehensible one. Because this one was written entirely by Josh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, just to let you guys know, I had no... This is not my writing right now. This is just my characters. And, oh my god, I can't read any of this. Oh, wow. So, you want to do what we did last time? I'll read and you try to...
Yeah, I try to translate that. There's drawings too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. So, we're doing 2 and 3 right now?
Let's do 2 and 3.
Alright. Alright. Hi, I'm... Yeah, no, I don't know if I can read this.
I can try to help you out.
Well, no, the problem is, like, it didn't print well enough.
No.
So, like, there's, like,
Okay.
missing fragments.
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm something. Thomas is something. Hold on a second. I have to stop Fred and Bob's.
This is from Josh's perspective.
So,
Here,
is this the only copy you have?
this is the only copy I have, yeah.
Is that the only copy Josh has? Wait,
These
you
are
don't
the
have
only-
the original, do you?
I have no idea what happened to the
Oh,
originals.
this is all we have.
Yeah.
We've got to try to parse these fragments together.
Alright. Fred and Bob's daily gladiator fights. This is already off to a great start. Gladiator fights over a fresh pile of dirt. They even have full Greek armor and have swords and
Shields.
Shields, yeah. How they hold them is beyond me.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You guys include all these like little details about like the actual like
Yeah.
physical makeup of worms.
So anyway, I ran to the kitchen, and sure enough, they were there. They even built an arena out of popsicle sticks and glue. They even had fake paper cutouts in the stands of, like, I guess that was supposed to be like the audience members. I mean,
Okay, yeah,
that's actually that's pretty.
That's
funny.
pretty funny,
They're
yeah.
like making a scene. I was a bit impressed, but I decided to admire it later. I carefully tried to pick them up, but they probably made a 2-second truce because they would slash at my hand. Okay, it's much more legible here.
Okay, nice.
All right, I want the first illustration.
Okay, first illustration. It appears to be the first panel is a Colosseum. Then you've got 2 worms with floating swords and shields next to them, and there's an arrow that says Bob pointing to one and Fred to the other. And then two more frames of sword movement. It looks like.
So eventually, I brought out my pocket knife, and before I knew it, I was in an all-out sword fight with Fred and Bob. You know, Josh went through this phase where he was big into, like, I think he was just like any kid at that age. He read Percy Jackson, and yeah. Eventually, I parried Bob's attack, but he counterattacked me. If you're wondering why Bob is so good, well, I taught him sword fight. Yeah, no, this is definitely... Josh, I hate you. I'm really good, but Bob was a fast learner. But I was faster, what? Oh, okay.
You faster?
But I was faster. I did a counterattack. Wait, you counterattacked his counterattack? What? Alright, I did a counterattack that would make a weapon clatter to the floor. So I did that move. Why would you not just lead with that?
Yeah.
Fred and Bob both... I did that move to Fred and Bob. Both. And good timing, because right then the doorbell rang and Thomas came in. I didn't wait for anyone to come to the door. I rang the doorbell. Just opened the door. He picked up Fred and made him apologize. I said it was okay. I let him stay for lunch and have a sleepover.
Lunch into sleepover.
We might watch some Gladiator movies. We plan to watch them privately so Fred and Bob don't get any funny ideas. So the next day, me and Thomas ate eggs and toast. Oh, really exhilarating stuff here. I found a fresh pile of dirt for Fred and Bob. Do worms eat dirt? Is that what they eat?
Yeah, I think they do. I think that's real.
No.
Yeah.
I think that's real.
I think that's real.
After that, we all went to the zoo. Okay. All right.
Sure.
I'm rolling with it. And good timing because they just opened a new worm exhibit. How fucking exhilarating would that be as a kid? Just go and look at some frickin' worms.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So we went to see that. Not the best idea. Yeah, no, I can't comprehend that here.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's an interesting thing. We can't read the words because the scan is really bad, but...
The pictures.
We have the pictures. And all I know is that it looks like the worms went to... Okay, so here's what this is wild.
Oh, jeez.
The first frame is two figures standing around what appears to be the worm exhibit.
Okay.
And it looks like Josh pulls out a worm and says, Bob, ? And then the worm replies, I'm Steve. So they lost him.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. And then this next part, it looks like we eventually...
All right. We eventually found them. They... I can't read that. Well, the next illustration is just like they're holding them and...
Yeah, it's both of you holding your worms, saying, never do that again.
Okay. So just some good parenting.
Good parenting, that's nice. How sweet.
Good to see you too, we said. Hey, I said, why don't we go to the tropical bird exhibit? No, said Fred and Bob. Okay. That's pretty funny. We left the zoo after that. Thomas went home, and I flopped onto my bed and called it a day. The end. Aww.
Nice.
So yeah.
Okay.
Just a little
interesting.
Fun little harmless romp.
Yeah.
Also, this is something... Did you see the front thing? I think that's a little funny. No difference.
So the front has two pictures of the worms, and then arrows pointing to both, and it just says, no difference.
So you see, we're also racist to worms.
That's really
And also, it's My Worm and Me 2, but the 2 has like a bunch of stuff dripping off of it.
Yeah, why is that? It's like the two's underwater. Or like just came out of the water.
Unless those are supposed to be like mini worms?
Maybe. It could be anything, dude.
Alright.
Okay. So, would you like to now read...
My Worm and Me 3?
Let's do My Worm and Me 3.
Alright. Just so you know, I have all of these just in my bag. I'm just gonna whip them out. That's 3. All right, right here. Yes. We get a full print.
Yeah.
All right. My Worm and Me. 3. Hi, I'm Fred. You probably know my owner, Thomas, and my friend Bob, the Worm, and I'm glad that Thomas has a stash of hot dogs and steaks under his bed. I spelled steaks like Stakes, like what? For the vampires. Because they're delicious. I sneak under his bed at night and eat them for him.
How nice.
There's a little picture,
Ooh, okay.
Illustration.
It's you, and you're asleep, or you're like snoring, and then it says stretch, so it looks like you're stretching, and then it has Fred under your mattress saying gobble.
Gobble. But I never knew that he held people prison once. I never knew that he held people prison. You mean prisoner?
I guess so.
Because once I found a person trapped inside a piece of metal. I spelled metal like MEDAL, like a medallion. I took it to Bob and said he found one too. We had to help those people in the metal, and just so you know, every single time I think metal was spelled, it's spelled wrong, so just take solace in that, or discomfort, whichever one. Then Bob found an address on the metal, and he said if we go to that address, maybe someone could help us. Is there ever an address on a coin?
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, no, I don't think there is.
Hack writing at its best. I thought it was a good idea. We were off with fresh dirt and half of Thomas's hot dogs, and Josh's pocket knife. But soon we
kept it.
but soon we figured out it was a bad idea.
Oh man. So it's a coin. Oh, so they're like dragging the coin? Is that what's going on?
I think so.
They're dragging the coin, and Bob says, "I'm sorry, Fred. I'm sorry, man in metal." And then Bob says, "We shouldn't have tried it, Bob." Oh, sorry. Then Fred says, "We shouldn't have tried it, Bob." And then there's a picture. The next picture, there's a line, and there's an arrow pointing to it, and it's labeled "front door." And they're like a centimeter away, and they say, "So tired."
Aha! Aha! Hey, 2004, you want your joke back? Fred, Bob, lunchtime, said Thomas from the kitchen. But we didn't come. We had to help the man in the metal. But we were too tired to crawl. But then I saw Thomas and Josh's strong slingshot. Oh my god. World building!
Wait. This is a slingshot from the first one.
Yeah,
dude,
we were excellent world builders.
Yeah, I love that.
And when I say strong, I mean strong. Once they launched Josh's pocket knife into the air, and it landed a week later.
Self-referential.
Me and Bob climbed into the rubber band part with the piece of metal, and we pulled back and let go of the ground. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty descriptive.
Yeah, they're pulling back, and they're letting go, and it says fling, and then it says ah. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. The slingshot flung us into the air, and Bob nearly fell out off the piece of metal. He climbed back onto the metal. Just climbed back on the metal. Yeah, no problems there.
As you do.
After a few weeks of terrifying robins and squirrels, I spelled squirrel I spelled it squirrel again. We got to the address, but once we got to the front door, we figured out the door was locked. Me and Bob were screaming our lungs out for them to open up.
The worms say, "Open up, come on!" And then it says worms view, and then it has the worm zoomed in real close, and then it says human view, and it just has the White House.
But worms take Washington.
Yeah.
But after a while, we heard something or someone falling from the sky. Me and Bob looked up and we saw this weird object falling from the sky. As it got closer, we figured out what it was. It was Thomas and Josh and this girl named Emily. Oh, God. Forgot about that.
What?
That was in Thomas and Josh's class. I know her because one day Thomas brought me to school once. Because I spelled it like this. Once Thomas brought me to school once. and Emily was jealous that she didn't have a pet worm. And I think she might have been a bit too jealous because she started singing the song so many times. I've perfectly memorized it. Want to hear it? By the sound of the song, I think she wanted to name it JJ. Wait, there's an actual song. You're a song man. I think you should take this one.
What is this?
Right there. That's where the song starts, and there's no like iambic pentameter or whatever it is.
Iambic pentameter or whatever. Me and my JJ, I wish he could stay, and then we could play all night and day, one day his body rise, his little body growing to king size. Me and my JJ, I wish he could stay, and then we could play from June until May,
Oh, that's
he'd be legally, positively mine. Yeah. And it's a girl jumping up. Like we're jumping up with her. Holy hell!
Sam, I will record the lyrics for you. You gotta remix this song. Please.
Dude, I think I have to now.
From June to May, I think that was kind of creative.
That got me, dude.
Yeah. Oh my God. But yeah, no, Emily, she was literally just a girl in our class.
Were you like friends with her?
Not really. I don't know why I wrote her in.
Dude, I wonder what she's doing nowadays. That's weird.
I don't know.
That's weird, man.
I haven't seen her in like over 10 years. So.
Dude, that's wild. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, they landed on the front lawn. Wait, so we just fell? Like, out of the air?
I guess so, yeah.
What the fuck? Okay. Thomas and Josh asked us what we were doing in Washington, D.C. We told them we were trying to save the man that they had trapped in the metal. Okay. Metal is now spelled Meddale.
Medale.
Like, what the hell? It's.
I love this so much.
Oh my God. They told us that those men were printed on the surface of the medal, and that the piece of medal was called a coin.
Huh. Informative.
And then Emily said, "What's going on here?" Thomas and Josh explained to Emily what happened. Why was she there?
She had to sing. I don't know what that means, but...
I don't know. After we got settled, and then I asked a question. How are we going to get back to state we are from? I shouldn't have asked that question. We ended up raking our brains for ideas, and Emily thought we could just use these really stupid things. Oh yeah, this is you.
Ooh, ho. There's, I assume that's Emily, because she has long hair.
Yeah.
So Emily...
Because that's the only thing that changes girls from men. It's the long hair.
Yeah.
Because, only weirdos have long hair.
I gotta get a haircut. So, this is weird. So, it's Emily swinging like a clock in front of a guy and says hypnosis. Then there's a speech bubble that says roar, and I don't really know what that's from, but it's you two running, you and Josh, and the worms, and they're all saying ah, and she says time machine.
Oh my god! Yeah, yeah.
And there's a box here, and then she says pixie dust. And the worms say ooh and ah. And that's all that the diagram is. That's all the pictures.
I remember, because you see that claw down in the corner? I actually remember drawing this.
Yeah, what's up with that?
This is
a claw.
That's supposed to be a dinosaur. This is an Easter egg for the 4th book.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
No way. Oh my gosh. Okay, keep going.
We all told her she was crazy, but finally Thomas said we could stow away on a plane. We thought it was a great idea, but then when he said on an airplane, he really meant on.
No way. Oh my gosh. It's them holding on to an airplane all saying ah. That's so great.
That's pretty good.
That's so great, dude. Wow. I love that. I love that so much.
That is pretty okay.
Oh, that is awesome.
Okay. Well, we can all make sure of one thing when it comes to long transportation. Never listen to Thomas. That's actually a very good life lesson, children. I don't do long travel. Once we landed in the airport, we stole a golf cart. So Grand Theft Auto, that's... Well, I don't know, would stealing a golf cart be Grand Theft Auto?
I don't know. Maybe.
And rode home. It was late when we got to Thomas's house, so Josh, Bob, and Emily stayed over for the night. We watched this movie called Indiana Jones, but me and Bob had never watched a movie before. What? And the thing we watched it on was a TV. And guess what? Little people were trapped inside. Me and Bob had to help. Oh. That's actually kind of funny. It's just repetition.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, man, dude.
Me and Bob had to help them, so when Thomas, Josh, and Emily went to make this snack food called popcorn, me and Bob went to drastic measures. Okay, I spelled it trastic.
Oh, we went to drastic measures.
You go to these drastic... Oh, my
As you do.
Alright,
here we go. There's a slingshot and the 2 worms, and they're saying ready, aim, fire, and there's a rock in the center of it. In the next frame, the rock is flying forward, it says fling. Then the next frame, there's broken glass. It looks like the rock has hit a window.
I think that was supposed to be the TV that they just broke.
Oh, okay.
Because they're trying to save the little people.
That's right, that makes sense.
But it turned out...
Little window.
But it turned out the people weren't real, and me and Bob got in trouble for breaking the TV. Oh well, it's better than being attacked by birds. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright.
And me and Bob had to go to Thomas's room with the steaks and hot dogs under the mattress. And that's our journey from state to state. The end. The final...
there's a final thing.
Yep.
It's a hot dog, and they're saying bon appetit.
Only it's not spelled correctly.
It's BONEAPETIT.
Bone ape-tit. I hate everything.
Shit. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Thanks, I hate it.
This is what breaks us.
Oh man, is there a
Got a little
yeah, we got a
promo.
Dude, so you had the next one in mind while writing this.
Yeah.
Next, My Worm and Me book. And it's a book, and it says My Worm and Me 4, and on it it's just a time machine. And in the beginning it says, they guys have gone to some crazy places, but this place is going to top it all.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm so excited to read that last one. So that one you did entirely by yourself. Am I correct?
Josh was like in the room with me when I was doing it.
Okay. But the
no,
next one is like fully collaborative, right?
Yeah, the first. It's probably the closest it ever got to like being an actual book with the fourth one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
Wait.
awesome.
Yeah, dude.
It's so good.
It's so great.
So we're gonna finish off this episode by reading the second stories, the set of stories that we ever wrote. So we've mentioned it before, but before we started the podcast, we had met 3 times to do these writing prompts. So the first one was the moon one that we talked about a couple weeks ago. And the next one, I'll start off by reading the prompt. The prompt was, you kill a random man and turn yourself in. Turns out he was an international spy about to kill the leader of your country. You're released and rob a bank. You turn yourself in, and it comes out that it was a mob bank, and your actions reveal a huge crime ring. You just can't get to jail.
I think this is like a really good prompt too.
Yeah. Do you want me to go first on this one since you read the last one first?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Plus, I like yours a lot better, so I want to end on a better note. I think I'm going insane. Things don't feel right anymore. Everything feels distant. I've started having weird dreams. I want to escape this world, to reach others that I see every night. In these dreams, I've been communicating with some sort of being. I can't see them. They say this is because of the limitations of my human body. But someday I hope to understand what it is I speak with. It tells me that the world has become corrupt. This world was designed to act as a nursery for the other world. Just a place to be born and live through childhood until they are ready for their metamorphosis. They created gateways through which humans could traverse to the next stage in life. However, once they pass through these gateways, they don't return. The being told me all of this over the course of several months through my dreams. As each night passes by and I hear more of these outrageous claims, I can't help but think this is just the beginning of insanity. But what if they're right? And the next night I inquired about the location of these gateways. The being told me that humans began to fear these doorways, with no way of coming back and hardly any way of communicating at all, except for dreams. They feared that this was straight suicide. Through the ages, they began keeping these gateways in hard-to-access areas that were heavily guarded. In fact, they began to use these gateways as a means to get rid of unwanted people. They surround these gateways with walls and cells, and threw the worst of the worst people through them. They became known as jails. So if I understand this correctly, the only way out of this realm is through the door of a jail cell. What the hell? What am I supposed to do? Was I really expected to believe that I had to go to jail to leave this world? I know things felt off, and I didn't want to be here anymore. But was this really the answer? As the nights went on... No, it couldn't be. This might just be me going crazy. That's gotta be it. As the nights went on, I continued to have these dreams. I couldn't get past them. Maybe there was something to this whole thing. It's been another month, and things are getting unbearable. I can't tell which is causing me more distress. The idea that there's an escape that I'm not taking, or that I've completely lost my mind. I need to do something. I've been avoiding sleep because I don't want to hear any more about the other place. After another week of this torture, I decided to give it a try. I was going to jail. I figured a simple bank robbery would do the trick. I didn't even have a gun. I just walked in with my hand in my pocket, pretending. The police arrived and handcuffed me, but they quickly discovered the bank was a mob bank and decided to release me for helping them out. All before I made it to a jail cell. What a weird coincidence. Maybe there was something trying to keep me from reaching a gateway? At any rate, I decided to try again. Ran my car into the nearest cop car I could see. The accident broke his legs, which is a bit harsher than I intended the crash to be, but I figured it would get the job done. Turns out he was a crooked cop. I was let go again. What the hell, why can't I get to jail? I decided to go all out. I found the shittiest guy I knew in town. He beat his wife. I killed him. Turns out this man was an international spy with the intent of killing the president. I was kind of limited with the prompt here, so it's like kind of outrageous, but... because of this, the police thanked me for my service to the country. After all that, I was convinced. Something was actively trying to keep me from getting to jail. What the heck was it? Was it the people of this world, the government, a malevolent entity? Did they know what I was trying to do? This was all so unsettling. At any rate, it's settled. I need to get into a jail cell. I've decided to try a more sophisticated approach. A distant relative of mine was in jail, so I decided to go pay them a visit. I hardly even knew them. It was some sort of third cousin or something, but I knew that if I could get in for a visit with them, I could book it and try to find an open jail cell. I got there, and as the guards led me to the visiting area, I ran for it. I was looking for any open cell I could find. They were all closed, except the very last one. There were no prisoners in this one either. I heard footsteps close behind me, guards yelling at me to stop, but I kept going. I ran through the door of the cell, and I made it. And now here I am. There's like time passing, or 3 asterisks to show change of something. I awoke and immediately sat up. I just had the strangest dream. Some guy told me how he killed a guy just to get to jail, because some sort of being told him it was some sort of doorway to another world. There's no way that could be real, right? Everything has been feeling sort of distant lately. Maybe I'm just losing my mind.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it was...
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't remember what happened in this
Me
one.
neither. I forgot until I was reading it. It's been a couple months since I would have written it. Yeah, I forgot. It's kind of convoluted. Wording is not the best. It's hard to understand.
Well, I understood the concept enough.
Yeah. So the very end, to explain away the ending, it was supposed to... I was going to have it be that this... Well, I don't remember what I was going to have it be, but what it's supposed to be is the guy makes it through, and then he's now communicating with another person that is ready for their metamorphosis to get them to do the same thing. And I also tried to tie it back in, because the first couple lines is, I think I'm going insane. Things don't feel right anymore. Everything feels distant. And then at the very end, the guy said, there's no way this could be real, right? Everything has been feeling sort of distant lately. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. So it's supposed to be like a callback to the very beginning line, with the very ending line. All in all, I mean, I think it's decent.
Yeah, for your second writing, it was still pretty good.
Yeah, for 1 hour writing it and the second writing ever, I think it went pretty well. And I think I have gotten a lot better, especially after reading these now.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten a lot better since we even started the podcast. I think the Top Hat was my first really good one. Well, the podcast one was fun too. But yeah, no, I think we've gotten a lot better. So.
I mean, I liked all of them, but the one that I first remember really loving was the flight one.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I thought
that was good.
That was I felt wow, that is something that is actually different and I wouldn't have expected.
Thanks, dude. Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's that. All right, let's hear yours, man.
All right. Warning. This is a straight out comedy.
Oh, dude, I love this one.
But
I'm excited to hear this.
This character does a lot of horrible, deplorable things. So if you're faint of heart, probably tune off right now. Alright. You were warned. You kill a random man and turn yourself in. Turns out he was an international spy about to kill the leader of your country. You are released and rob a bank. You turn yourself in, and it comes out that it was a mob bank, and your actions reveal a huge crime ring. You just can't get sent to jail. How is this possible? If I didn't get into prison to celebrate my cousin Vinny's 20th anniversary of being in prison, I would be the laughingstock of the entire Bertolucci family.
I forgot about that one. Shoot, dude.
I was the only one in the family that had never been to prison, and it was straight up embarrassing. I had to get creative here. Everyone robs banks and murders. The times are changing. I walked down the street looking for ways to quench my thirst for jail time. I walked into a convenience store. Yeah, it's a convenient... I spelled it convenient store. That convenience store. And whipped out a gun. This is a robbery. Everyone on the ground, I said, mugging to the security camera so they could make me out easily. But to my surprise, the kid behind the counter wasn't scared at all. In fact, he seemed happy. He then stuck the gun up against his head and said, "Oh, rejoice, my prayers are answered." I pulled back in shock. Oh, God. The kid responded by sucking on the barrel, saying, "See, Poppy, bring me death."
Oh,
I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I'm sorry.
I forgot about all of this, man. Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry. My mom listens to this podcast.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Okay. I responded by smacking him on the head. "Get the fuck away from me, you little shit." I ended up running out of the store. I didn't think the kid wanted to die. I think he just had some kind of sexual fantasy about our exact scenario. I put that together when he took his pants off and started sucking on my fingers.
Dude, I remember just you saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna go comedic with this one," and then every couple of minutes, it's just
Am I 5 years old? I think I'm
I
5.
think you're 5. Yeah.
Oh my... You're laughing with me. Don't be all high and mighty. So clearly that was a bust. On to my next scheme then. I saw an elderly couple walking down the street, one that wouldn't put up much of a fight for a robber. I ran up to them, grabbing the woman's purse and kicking the old man in the balls. I stood there waiting for them to call the police, but instead the woman said, "Oh, Charles, this is what we get for being so greedy with our lives. Karma has sent an angel to correct our sins." "Oh, you're right, Linda," responded the old man, rubbing his crotch. "Take the money, you young whippersnapper. Make good use of that money. We're donating all our life savings to charity, and then we'll go on missionary trips to third world countries." They embraced, and I stormed off. This was getting ridiculous. How in the ever-loving crap can a man commit 4 crimes and not be sent to jail? I was going to have to get far more despicable. I then saw a child skipping down the street like
Oh,
a gay person. I don't think I should say that word.
no, I think
on the
that's a
pod.
good decision.
I must have...
Okay, to be fair, at this point in time,
Yeah, this was not intended.
this
to
was
be
this was written for him to read to me
in the safety of
a cigar shop.
a cigar shop.
Yeah,
Yes.
in a room by ourselves, purely as just like a. It was all.
It was all a
supposed to
joke.
be comedic. It was supposed to be just as because you just wanted to be as crazy, wild, like hard R as you can.
Yeah.
Now, had you known that this was going, to
I
be
probably
a
would have been
podcast-
a bit more PC.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's always interesting to see.
Yeah, it really is. So this is a little more unfiltered Thomas, I suppose.
Yeah.
You would say.
Yeah, no, you guys
far
are getting
as,
the filtered version.
Yeah, believe it or not.
I grabbed a rock and threw it at his leg, breaking it instantly. Numerous Snicker bars fell out of his bag. A citizen then shouted, "By God, it's the infamous Snicker Snatcher!" Cops then flooded the scene. "We've been after this guy for 2 years. Thanks for the help, sir." I stood there, contemplating suicide. Then I decided it was time to act. "No problem, you worthless pig fucker." I said to the cop, "Oh, son, it's Fig Pucker. No worries, honest mistake." The cops then took the child away. Are you gonna be okay?
Damn it, that gets me every time, man.
Fig Pucker.
Oh, it's so clever though. That's so good. Oh, jeez, man.
The cops then took the child away, and I was left standing there, super fucking pissed. I stood on the street corner, not doing anything. I'm not saying that. Hopefully someone would... Your neighbors probably hate you. I stood on the street corner with my pants down. Hopefully someone would report me for indecency. But I was pretty sure people thought I was some edgy art installation. They took plenty of fucking pictures. What could I do? How could I get sent to prison? I've tried murder, assault, robbery. What else could I do without getting too dark for this dark comedy? And then it came to... Oh yeah, I remember. Then here, for some reason, I did like a Dr. Seuss thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is yeah.
Alright, then it came to me like a knock on the door. It was so simple. How could I have not thought of this before? I pulled up my pants and ran down the street, clicking my heels remorse of my meat. I left the local supermarket with 40 gallons of lighter fluid and a box of matches. Arson was my best bet. I ran to the local orphanage and burst through the door, not saying a word as I doused the floor. I ran outside as I set the place ablaze, startling all those who lent their gaze. But just my luck, as no one really seemed to give a fuck. And then I just stopped. I don't remember why. I guess literally murdering orphans is not the crime it used to be. Maybe, just maybe, this would work. I walked into the hospital, my mind rambling and practically on fire. I walked into a random room and found a man on life support, surrounded by his family. I then proceeded to pull the plug, and he died. And just to my luck, the family hugged me. Our father never wanted to be on life support. None of us had the guts to do it. Thank you, kind sir, thank you. But I murdered a guy. It was a mercy kill, they responded. I walked back to the street, shot a man. Turned out he was a convicted animal rapist. Shot a woman. She was an organ donor and was able to save the lives of several children. I shot a nun. She was an assassin with intent of killing the Pope. I shot the Pope. He was an imposter pretending to be the Pope. I shot myself, and the world mourned. The man that had done so much good despite his attempts of doing wrong.
Bravo.
Thank you.
A true masterpiece.
That shocks
dude.
myself sometimes.
I forgot how, that was real intense, but I forgot how much I really liked that one. Like, that's like genuinely very funny.
Yeah.
Like, I really, really liked that. And I was surprised you wrote all that in an hour, too. Like, that was a big chunk of... I remember you just, like, going ham, though, in that day.
Believe it or not, being a terrible person comes quite easily to me.
Oh, damn, dude. Wow. Well, here you've gotten another glimpse into our lives.
My dark, psychotic mind.
Yeah.
And Sam's mind.
It's just...
Yeah.
It's
Sam
its own
is just
thing.
Sam.
It's just its own thing.
It's its own thing. We try not to talk about it. But once every now and then it gets brought up and it kind of ruins Thanksgiving every single time.
Damn.
All right.
Well, this has been...
As per usual, this has been the
Dog
Dog
Brothers. I didn't even mean to do that. I was like gonna do something else, and then I just accidentally also said that. Oh boy. Oh, what's happening now?
The Wright Brothers. Good night.